Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I wanted to talk to you guys about my current goals in EVE Online, my current projects I've been dealing with, because over the past month or so I've been doing a little bit of different points of interest and activities. And I've got some goals and I've got some current projects that I've got going on. The main project I've got that is going on is actually to sort of formulate fits for a new T0 to T6 Abyss series, because right now I like the way our T0 to T6 Abyss series is going, where I've been going the Amar route, and I've been going with the first the Punisher, the Retribution, then I had the Zealot, and upgraded Zealot, and so forth. But I've been trying to make new fits that are focused a bit more on missile fits, because I think missile fits are very good for multiple reasons. One is they can translate a lot to the Gila. The Gila is a very multifunctional fit. But also they can be used for dark sites as well. And dark sites have a little bit of a lower cost in the filament requirements, so usually yielding quite a high profit. And I've been able to see great success with the Cerberus in T4 and even T5 Abyss. So I think that they can have a lot of potential in being a little bit slightly cheaper style fits. So right now I'm doing a lot of Cerberus testing. You saw maybe the previous or a couple of videos ago that I've been doing some Cerberus testing, and I'm going to be continuing to do this because I think this is very fun, interesting, and also I want to just get new fits that actually work really well. I know that the current fit that I'm using is a single web fit. I know a lot of people like to use the dual web style, and it's got many benefits in that it has really good application, but you also lose out on a bit of tack by ditching the multispectrum. So I'm trying to make a fit that works with single web, or at least just one that works decently in the T4 darks, and then eventually I'll do T5 darks after that, and then we'll also be going over to some more lower tier frigate styles. So that's one big project, sort of missile based or new you could say progression of T0 to T6 Abyss fits. And then another project that I'm working on currently is doing the current T0 to T6 Abyss series, where I try to make fits that require as little skills as possible to get to T6 Abyss. And it's going so far pretty good, actually. I'm really happy with how we're able to get to Firestorm in the Zealot. We've got the T4 Firestorm. It's also sort of like a minor upgrade from T4 Electrics, because T4 is Electrics, T4 Firestorm, about the same amount of ISK loot, but Firestorm still give more overall profit because the Firestorm filament costs a lot less, about like 7 million ISK less than the electrical filament, so that's more ISK per hour if you're able to run the Firestorm filaments. So we're doing that. Next step after that will then be the T5 Electrical Abyss. And when we get to T5 Electrical Abyss, we're going to have some serious ISK rolling in. So I look forward to that. It's actually not particularly big a jump currently for between the T4 Firestorm fit that I've got and the T5 Electric. A lot smaller jump between T4 Electric and T4 Firestorm. Another project, or more like a goal / project at the same time, that I'm trying to do is expand my experience in nullsec. You've maybe seen quite a few videos over the last month about doing a lot of ratting in nullsec, and I think it's actually really cool. And I'll very likely be going to nullsec for a certain amount of time, and maybe even staying there for a bit. Go back to highsec and go back to nullsec again. Because I think it is quite fun, a bit more lively. You've got more players there, people in your corporation. I think it's fun. So I've been trying to make cool ratting fits and just overall getting a bit more involved in the nullsec stuff. I've still not got too involved because I'm still trying to sort of find my way in nullsec. I've got quite a limited amount of time in real life, and sometimes nullsec stuff can take a bit of time when you go on the fleet roams, etc. So I'm still trying to find my way with the nullsec stuff. So basically you could say I'm trying to find a style of gameplay in nullsec that suits me, but overall I like the environment. I found some pretty good fits to earn ISK there. So I'm quite happy about that situation right now, and especially with the fact that I've got that Bane Dreadnought that just is sitting there, being more like a structure trophy. But it's it's a really cool ship that I can just fling out sometimes when I feel like it, if it is a bit safe, and maybe even take it on some dread bombing sometime. We'll see if that is required. For you guys who don't know what dread bombing is, it's when you like deploy a ton of dreadnoughts and use the warp drive, or not the warp drive, the jump drive to jump all the dreadnoughts at the same time to a certain area where you just nuke some unsuspected foe and try to kill them as quick as possible. So that's more like goals rather than projects, but I think there's also a little bit of a project in the way that I'm trying to think day for day and trying to find something that works well with my lifestyle. You know, busy work, family, all that kind of stuff. A little bit hard sometimes for me to find it to work well with the nullsec stuff. And then another future project that I've been thinking about a lot of the time is actually doing stuff in wormhole space. Wormhole space is an area of space which I've been, you could say, involved in ever since I started playing EVE Online, and it's been less and less over time as I've been playing more and more. So it was a lot more in the beginning, and it all started with me doing alpha clone scanning. That was where I earned my first serious ISK. It was amazing. And I'm thinking that it's possible that I might actually visit the Brave Collective's wormhole, because the Brave Collective, the corporation or the alliance I'm in, they've got a separate wormhole division that is able to, they like sort of own a wormhole, and they do stuff there. And I think that wormholing could actually be quite interesting because there's quite a few players there. Generally speaking, I like it when there's a little bit smaller groups, because then you can sort of interact with people a little bit better. When there's too big groups, in my opinion, it gets a little bit depersonalized. But at the same time, it's nice to have a lot of people around you as well, like in nullsec, because then you got a lot of varied people which you could maybe gain some new knowledge from, and maybe get different types of insights and help from. So I've been thinking a lot about wormhole stuff, and I was thinking about this after I've been browsing over the last few days. A lot of the comments on my previous videos on when I was spending a bit of time in wormhole solo in a mobile depot when I was in a purifier, that was able to fit to lots of different fits. It was able to do scanning, it was able to do T2 Abyss. I was even doing a bit of nullsec ratting, which I went through a wormhole in a wormhole system to nullsec, and did a bit of nullsec ratting there at the same time. And then it also had a warp disrupt and a couple of PvP more oriented modules that could possibly be used in PvP, but not like I would ever really be successful in that. But maybe someday. But I think the whole aspect of wormholing is quite cool, because I like how you have your own little space that is sort of closed off, and you're a little bit smaller group. You've got a little bit more mystery as well, with the lack of local and the lack of fully knowing what's going on in your system and how you get new connections all the time. I think that is pretty cool, and I would probably like to do that sometime, to be honest. And something I also like is that you can do Abyss there, and you're sort of, I wouldn't necessarily say you're safer, but in some ways I feel like you're a little bit safe, because I don't think that people are always going around scanning every single wormhole for abyssal traces. I mean, I'm sure that there's people who do that, but to me it feels a little bit safer than actually doing these in high sec, and especially nullsec, because nullsec can be very deadly. I've lost quite a few ships in nullsec doing abyss sites. Retribution, Gila. It's not been a good time doing that. So those are my current projects, you could say. The main project I would say I'm doing now is that I'm trying to improve upon my Cerberus fits, getting the sort of flying algorithm down with using them, and more cost-effective fits that are able to do T4 and T5 Abyss for my new series of ships I'm going to share with you guys later. And then the other one is the T0 to T6 Abyss series got going on, and then I'm trying to farm my way a bit in nullsec. And then I also got future plans of wormhole space. And also, always in the background, I'm just chilling around sometimes here in high sec, just doing occasional activities, like, you know, maybe some Triglavian hunting, maybe the occasional T6 Abyss site, etc. Maybe even sell some stuff on the market. That's what I do from time to time. So, my current plans in EVE Online. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new. That was a little bit of a short one, but I just thought that it could be good to share with you guys, because I've been doing quite a little bit of different things. Maybe you're wondering how I'm thinking of how I've been playing EVE Online. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.